الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الله يسعد مساكم. أهلا وسهلا.
حياك الله.
So where is my wife? So they said all of these things about me, so it would not have been possible without the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are many things that you don't know about me. Safa managed to hide them, but it's my life partner, Ubayda, is with us also. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her. I want to also thank you for coming tonight. It's important during these times that we remain focused on our future, on the future of Syria. Everything around us pushes us towards giving up. And there is no solution in sight. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. To the contrary, what we are dealing with is the result of 50 years of oppression. We have managed, alhamdulillah, with this blessed revolution, and very soon we will be celebrating the 5th year of this blessed revolution. What we found ourselves is not tooled properly. We're not going to talk politics much. We're going to talk about how we are going to live through this phase that we are going through right now and use this time to prepare ourselves for the future. Because if we don't do that, what we are going to find ourselves 10 years from now, 5 years from now, exactly where we were 5 years ago. Unprepared. So this is the perspective that I wanted to share with you tonight, is we use this time to prepare ourselves. After going through the temporary government experience and doing about a year and a half or so before that, on site in Syria and outside of Syria doing relief work, when I came out of that experience, I have realized that our journey, whether we like it or not, is long. This was the reality that hit us hard. Myself and Brother Yasser and Dr. Ammar and Brother Mustafa and others, when we talked and we said, wow, this is going to take a long, long time, we'll have to pause and put a strategy together. So we came up with the idea of the Syrian Forum. And if I were to summarize the work of the Syrian Forum, if I walk around, will this create a problem with the...
Should not.
Okay. Look at the folks that have not left Syria. They have not received that opportunity that you received yourself. So we need to provide the circumstance and the tools and the opportunity for them to grow. Second, any society that plans to advance itself, and look at us here in the United States, we all know that the concept of civil society organizations is well established and mature. So what we need to do is also build the capacity of civil society organizations. This will enable Syrians to participate effectively and complements the work of governments. Third, if we want to dream of a country that reduces the possibility of having a dictatorship, we must emphasize on local administration. So we talk about and we work on empowering and building the capacity of local administration. These are the three things that we believe if we work on, whether it is Syrian Forum or other organization, will certainly help us prepare and help us be tooled properly for the future. So when we have an opportunity, 10 years from now, we're going to find out that we have prepared hundreds, if not few thousands of individuals who will be able to take on the difficult task of rebuilding. And how we decided to do that? We decided to do that by building the Syrian Forum with 6 specialized organizations. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Who's controlling the laptop? Make eye contact with me. Who's the person controlling the laptop?
The microphone, which slide? Next slide.
Okay. Good, stay here. So what we have done, we have built 6 specialized institutions that operates in Turkey and inside Syria. So we have offices in Istanbul, in Mersin, in Gaziantep, and Urfa, serving the refugees there. And also, we actually operate inside Syria in the city of Halab, in Idlib, in Dar'a, in Al-Ladiqiyya, and I think in Homs as well. We have about 250 employees inside Syria, and about 100 or so in Turkey. Now let me tell you why this is significant. We have taken people that have not practically seen, and Syrians are very smart. Don't take me wrong. They're very capable and very quick, very intelligent. You just have to create the correct environment for them to flourish. And that's what we did. And what we found, alhamdulillah, in our 6 institutions, our managers are all Syrians. All what we had to do is just create the environment and set it up for them to succeed. What they have done for us, they have created Ihsan. We're going to talk about Ihsan, a grade A organization. This is according to the United Nations. They have done capacity assessment on Ihsan 3 times, one by WFP, one by FAO, and one by UNICEF. And all of them gave us grade A, and we are the only Syrian NGO with this grade A status. Let me repeat that. We are the only Syrian NGO operating out of South Turkey in Gaziantep that received this grade A. And that happens, Sheikh Kifah, is by investing in people and investing in the processes and investing in the infrastructure. And this is why we were able, what Sheikh Safa said, we were able to get from the point where we solicit donations and dollar for dollar send it to Syria, to the point where we solicit donations, build our capacity, and turn that dollar into $10, if not more. And I'm going to show you the numbers shortly. This is the type of organization we created. Alhamdulillah, Syrian Forum in the last, in 2013 and in 2014, and the last year, we have delivered humanitarian aids and implemented project valued at $50 million. This is the actual value of the project that benefited the people inside Syria. This map shows our offices inside. These are the 6 institutions under the umbrella of the Syrian Forum. It's Ihsan for relief and development. It's Rizq for professional development. It's Al-Busla for training and innovation. And it is Fanar for community advancement. These 4 that I just mentioned, they provide direct services to Syrians, whether inside Syria or those who live in host countries as refugees. The other 2 is alsuria.net, is a media organization. It's a website that focuses on Syria and provides news and analysis. And last but not least is Umran for strategic studies. And I'll go through these one by one. If you can just go to the next one, please. This is the department at Ihsan. Go to the next one, please. These are the various sectors. Go back. The various sectors that we focus on: food security, education, protection, health, wash, economic development, shelter, non-food items, civil services, and institutional support. In 2015, alhamdulillah, I think some of you who have listened to me in 2015, I've told you that we will be able to hit around $25 million. We did not hit it, that close, but alhamdulillah, we've made it to $21.8 million in 2015. 12 million of that is completed project, started and finished, and $9 million project that are under implementation. That means contract have been signed and project have already started. The cost of this organization is a little bit over $500,000. And guess what? In 2015, alhamdulillah, we have reached a point of self-sufficiency for Ihsan. When I raise your money, I don't spend it on Ihsan. I get the aid from the international community, and we get the support cost from the international community, whether direct or indirect, alhamdulillah. But this is the result of the investment that we made in 2013 and 2014. We have reached that point. Our model is to drive all of our organization to become self-sufficient like that, and continue to raise money and build our capacity. And we'll continue to show you that. So alhamdulillah, with Ihsan, we were able to reach that. Next year, we will have more goal. This is the number of beneficiaries, 1.4 million people who actually benefited from these services at these various sectors. By the way, all this information is available in our annual report. The English version has already been published. It is on our website, us.syrianforum.org. So if you go to the website, you should see a link for the annual report, and you will see all of this information. And this slide shows the various percentages for the... This is an important slide. This shows you the partners that we work with. We work with various organizations of the UN, WFP, UNICEF, OCHA, FAO, and we work with large-size organization, European, Goal, Enacted, World Vision, and others. We have partners here in the US, Sham Relief, based out of Dallas. So alhamdulillah, we have focused on building these partnerships, and we continue to sign up a new project to benefit the Syrian people. Next, please. Al-Suriya.net, let me give you, this is how it looks. This is the various section, and if you go to the next, please. Al-Suriya.net, go to the next one, go to where it has the numbers. The next one, thank you. Let me tell you why Al-Suriya.net is important. One is, you want a, first of all, you have to build your media outlet. You have to be able to tell your own story the way you believe it needs to be told. You have to be able to report the news as is, report the facts. You have to be able to be fair. In Al-Suriya.net, we pride ourselves in the fact that we have practiced all of these. I can report to you that many folks, from folks like George Sabra to others who follow the Suriya.net, and have told us, who are you? We couldn't tell. We couldn't figure you out, whether you are Ikhwan type, Islamic type, secular type, liberal type. And you know what? This is by design. The name says As-Suriya. Everybody who follows the Suriya should reach that conclusion, that this site will talk and will cover all of Syria and all of Syrians. And we believe we have succeeded in sticking to this vision and sticking to our promise. This is significantly important because this is where you get your credibility in this crowded market, so to speak. So these are some of the numbers of the achievement of Al-Suriya.net. Next, please. The most significant one is really the number of unique visitors. In 2014, this is the year of establishment, we had only 92,000 unique visitors. In 2015, alhamdulillah, we have 9.1 million unique visitors. We basically average about 1.5 unique visitors a month, alhamdulillah, give or take, but alhamdulillah, this is our performance right now, and for a site that started in September 2014, this is, we believe, is quite significant. Next, please. These are the news media that we have tracked that have reported news items that were originally published at alsuriya.net. This is significant for us. That means we have been followed by major news media. Next, please. Next one is Umran for Strategic Studies. Next, please. Umran has 4 units. They have the research unit, information unit, negotiation support unit, and international affair unit. It's important for us to have a research center that is serious. The problem with strategic studies and policy centers and think tanks, most of them, and when I talk about most of them, I'm talking about those who have actually staffs and researchers and people who actually write, most of them are non-serious. Only very few, including Umran being the largest among these few, that was built by Syrians and focuses only on Syrian issues. And this is significant for us because it is something that we need to grow into this business, develop and train our folks into the area of analysis and reading events and predicting the future. How am I doing on time? Next, please. Next. In numbers, these are the number of studies that have been produced by Imran, the papers and briefs and editorials and what have you. Once again, all this information is available. These are the samples of the 3 books that were published in 2015. In a few days, there will be a new book published by Umran Center, and you, by visiting the site umrandirasat.org, you will be able to get that information on a regular basis. If you go to the site and register, you will receive this information by email on a regular basis. The same thing for alsuriya.net. If you go to the site and register, you will receive information on a regular basis. Samples of the information unit report. This is comparing the results from 2014 and 2015. Alhamdulillah, we continue to show progress. Next one, please. Rizq. And I'm going to briefly speak about Rizq because Brother Ahmed Rihab, when he comes after me, he's going to talk about that. And this is the project we're talking about tonight. We took, by the way, Dr. Abdurrahman's advice on this. So when we come to fundraisings or we come to you for something, we're going to come to you with a specific project. What I'm doing, I'm giving you an overview of Syrian Forum. Today we're going to talk about Rizq only. For Rizq, all what we have done there, we lived through a problem, and that is these Syrians, as they were escaping to Turkey, basically they were similar to those who are in needs inside Syria, because especially those who were actually poor in Syria, and now they have become refugees in Turkey, they still need a place to live, especially those who were not lucky enough to make it into the camps. There are 2.7 million Syrians inside Turkey, only less than 300,000 in the camps, and the rest are in the various cities. If you're interested in the statistics, I have them of how the Syrians are distributed in the various cities. But those who made it to Turkey, they still need a place to live, they still need to eat, and they have to survive like everybody else. And part of our strategic planning, we thought, no, we cannot continue to provide support directly to these people, hand over money and hand over food and what have you. We said our model of helping refugees is going to be to help them find jobs. This is what Rizq does. In 2015 and 2015, we started in June 2014, we have, alhamdulillah, managed to find jobs for Syrians, for over 4,500 Syrians in Turkey, at an average salary of, now our average is about 1,300 Turkish lira. Alhamdulillah, this is significant achievement for us and a significant project, and Ahmed is going to talk about that in details. I want you to skip Rizq altogether because we're going to talk about it in details later on. And then Al-Busala for training and innovation. This is when we talk about building capacity of a Syrian individual, we're talking about you actually have to sit down. It has to start with training somewhere. So we've established 4 tracks: education and psychological support, human rights and rule of law, professional development, public administration and capacity building. And we train actually inside Syria and Halab and Idlib and Rif Dimashq, and we train mainly in Ghazi and Tab, although we have conducted courses in Mersin, Urfa and Istanbul. These are details of the various trainings that Busla have conducted. Busla and numbers for each course and locations and where it was conducted. Number of trainees and the number of hours that being trained. These are the more details about the programs. Comparison between the performance of 2014 and 2015. Number of applicants. We did something to increase the number of applicants. All what we have done, Sheikh Hitto told them, apply for the training class to receive a scholarship for it. Actually, we're paying for the class. We changed the way we're presenting the class, so it's no longer a free class. So we said apply just to receive the scholarship for it. It increased the number of applicants on the class, and it allowed us to screen more applicants and only work with those that we believe are serious ones. So just by changing the techniques a little bit, we were able to improve the performance in 2015. Next, please. These are the partners for Al-Busla, or the beneficiaries. We focus training of Al-Busla. We try our best. Actually, we discourage individual applicants. So we want the applicants to come from organizations so they can benefit, so their organization can benefit from this training. And this is an example of some of the major ones that have benefited from our Busla training. Next, please. Fanar, okay, next, is a community development, focuses on providing indirect services for the refugees. It has 4 tracks: community services, cultural and social activities, sport activities, and we provide volunteer opportunities. And one of the things that we have done is, let me see what the slide is. This is the Syrian guide in Turkey. This guide, it's an online guide that provides. I'm out of time. Okay. So Fanar provides this migrant guides that provide online services for the Syrian refugees, where they can go in, log in to Istanbul, for example, look up hospitals, look up schools, look up attorneys, perhaps information on how to apply for their residency, and all these things that makes it easier for the migrants to basically survive the difficulties of being a new migrants in a new country. Some statistics on the accomplishment. Move next to Academiat Nujum al-Ghad, that will be the last one. This is, alhamdulillah, what we have found out, that while there are schools in Istanbul and other cities, there are still students who are unable to go to school. So what we have done is recruited one professional soccer player. He's basically one of those who have defected, to establish a youth sports program. And we have, alhamdulillah, 3 teams, and a 4th one for girls is being formed. We have one in Al-Fatih, and one in Ghazi Osman Basha, and we have one in Seniort, and the ladies one is being established. I know the coach is there. So we have these 4, alhamdulillah. Most of our players, they don't have an opportunity to go to school. Actually, their parents ask them to work. The only structured program that they see is through this Academiat Nujum al-Ghad. This is the only structure that they see. So what we do, alhamdulillah, our coaches, They use the sports, and yesterday we started the league for a competition between all the Syrian schools in Istanbul, alhamdulillah. 500 players will participate in that. That started yesterday. If you go to their Facebook, you will see the information on that. And alhamdulillah, the coaches, what they do is they complement some work, education work. So they follow up with their school work, or they go to each school and try to encourage them to coach these students and help them out, and also do some Quran type of halaqas with them and some of the masajid. It's just enough to keep these young men, these youth, from, frankly, otherwise they would be lost. So alhamdulillah, we have over 80 now with the new girls team. We should reach to about 100 players in Academiyyat Nujum, alhamdulillah. And I think this is the end of the presentation. I don't know if there is anything else, some numbers that you will see. Again, you can go to us.syrianforum.org and download the annual report, and all the slides that I went through very quickly, they will be there, and there will be additional details for you. Inshallah ta'ala, you will find this organization an organization that is worthy of your support. If you think that we're doing something good, we need your help. And what we promise you is this: we will not come back to you for the same help over and over again. What we will commit to you is we will use the donation to create self-sufficiencies for these organizations. We have done it for Al-Busla, for Ihsan, and we believe we're using the multipliers that Brother Safa talked about in Rizq. I think you will be pleased with the numbers that Brother Ahmed is going to show you. And we plan to do the same with all of these organizations, inshallah. And very soon, you will have an organization that is productive. And when we come back to you, we'll come back to you, inshallah, for new things. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. I want to thank you very much for allowing me this time. And I'm sorry for taking all of this time.